Assalamu alaikum students. We are going to start with chapter 9, that is on architectural design. As we are very much familiar with the term of architecture, so this session will serve as a reinforcement of many concepts we have learned previously. So essentially the objectives which we'll cover in this session are basically that we'll see what is architecture, why it is important. Then we'll come to know about the architectural description and architectural decision. Then we have the section of architectural genre and architectural styles. Therefore, starting with our first objective of knowing what is architecture, we would come to know that software architecture of a program is basically the structure of the system. We have already seen that you can show the structure of the overall system through architectures, and it is also known as a blueprint of the system, which comprise these three components. First is it will show you all the software modules, and it will tell you about the externally visible properties of those components and the relationships among the components. Three essential things is it will show you give you the knowledge of modules and their visible properties, like the attributes it is holding and the relationships among those components. So this is in the continuation of last slide that we are focusing on architecture. We can see that architecture is not the operational software, like it is not giving you the details of operations or functions. For this purpose, if you recall the concept of ERD, you will realize that ERD wasn't showing you the details of the operations or functions. It is just giving you the representation or the layout of a whole system. And as a perspective of a software engineer, basically he uses architecture for the following purposes. First is he can analyze the effectiveness of the design. And how does he validate the effectiveness? By comparing or by mapping it to the initial requirements. By comparing the design modules and their associations with the initial stated requirements. So at the point of constructing architectural designs, he can also consider the architectural alternatives. Like in the case of any change in the scenario or use case, he can incorporate those changes while designing at the initial stages. And the third point is giving you that it will reduce the risks associated with the construction of the software, as in long run you can have the blueprints available for the complete structure and the layouts available, so there will be less errors and less chances of risk involved in it. Now coming to the second major objective of today's session is to consider why is architecture important and what role it plays in the design process. These are certain advantages listed here. We can go through them one by one. First is showing you that representations of software architecture are an enabler for the communication between all parties, inclusive of customers and stakeholders, that are interested in the development of computer-based system. Like it will serve as an initial analysis diagram for all the team members to help them understanding the major components and their associations. So second major aspect of architecture is that it highlights early design decisions, and these decisions will be including the details of components, their associations and the characteristics of components that will have a profound impact on all the software engineering work that is coming in the way, and also on the ultimate success of the complete operational system. Finally, we can see that architecture is going to constitute a relatively small and intellectually graspable model We have seen the result of graspable model is basically the representation of the entire system and how the components are working together. Architectural descriptions, also referred to as AD. AD provide you the means to model your system with the viewpoint of different stakeholders. Like here you can see that owner, software engineer or end user may have their own interest towards the system. Software engineer is concerned towards the stability and the changes in the system. Owner is ensuring its profitability, and end user may targets on the ease of interaction. So you can say that it is a description that is represented using multiple viewpoints, where each view is a representation of the whole system from the perspective of a related set of stakeholder concern. Like you can see the same system's description according to the owner, or you can see the system's description according to the software engineer or an end user. Also notice the formal definition here presented by IEEE standards, that AD is a collection of products to document an architecture. It's a documentation with respect to different stakeholders, or you can say multiple viewpoints can be represented through AD. Therefore, based on architectural description, architects then formulate architectural decision against each description. By saying this, you can easily visualize that architectural decision will portray the single view of a system. And to maintain this, the software architects basically considers a variety of alternatives in the form of design decisions that will ultimately decide on the specific architectural feature for the perspective or single perspective of the stakeholder. You can also say that the decisions will provide the insight into the structure of the system. These decisions will provide the insight into the structure of the system and its conformance to stakeholder concerns. Now here you can have an overview of architectural genre. A genre implies a specific category within the overall software domain. You can relate this concept to the concept of application domain you have studied in the first lecture. Now, different application domains can reflect a number of genera, and within each category you can encounter a number of subcategories. Like if we consider the genre of buildings, we would encounter that the general styles holding houses, apartment buildings, office buildings, industrial buildings, these are the different categories within the genre of building. And within each general style you can put on more specific styles. So here we can see different architectural genres against the software application areas. Like we have artificial intelligence softwares, we have communication software, content sharing softwares used for manipulating the textual or multimedia artifacts, and we have device softwares based on the hardware or physical component softwares. We have entertainment and sports used for the public events and for the entertainment experience. Likewise, we have financial softwares used for banking purposes, and game softwares having the entertainment purpose. Similarly, we can see different enterprise level softwares like industrial software, legal software, medical softwares. We have furthermore we have military genre available. We have operating systems, the systems that just sit above the hardware and they provide basic software services to the applications. And we have the platforms that will assist the operating systems and other softwares for the task to accomplish. We have scientific softwares, we have tools, and these tools are used for to specifically develop other systems. We have transportation category, and then we have utilities. So these are the different architectural genres we will consider in the field of softwares.